a new beginning, something opening up, a new portal presents itself this spring. And whatever this is reminds you of your creativity, your voice, your expression, and the power of that in the face of absolute decay, struggle, destruction all around. And this is reminding you of your power and reminding you of your most raw humanity. When you are alone, especially Taurus, it is so easy for all of the creepy crawly things that go bump in the night, all of our smallest, tiniest fears to accumulate into a big wave that makes it impossible to function. How could it not with some like actual demons creating horrible conflict and horrible things in the world? You know, it's not, this isn't to say like, oh, everything you're worried about is imaginary. Like, no, there's very real horror happening here in the world. And I guess what this reading is saying is you don't need to be creating more of it by letting your own like inner mind demons take over your life and experience. Because there's someone that needs you here. But maybe it does bring you some sort of realization, because there is this shape shift of realization of like working for something, breaking the thing you've been working on, or that thing breaking from unforeseen circumstances, and then having to endure through the rebuild in order to rebuild it right. Because whatever you're returning to, this is the right thing. And you'll feel it, I think, Cancer, because it'll feel like this. It'll feel like this thing that you've always carried with you to remind you of who you are and what's important and what's good in the world and what matters the most and what you're good at. And that thing will suddenly seem new to you, I think, and will be this tool that you somehow already know how to work with. And it will feel like you're returning to someone that you've lost, something that you've lost, a part of yourself that you've lost. A family, a root system. I mean, it's like you have this burst of an amazing thing. It is just becoming in your life, in your experience. You're like rocking with it, creating with it. Everything's good. It feels really positive. And then like something else creeps in that's like difficult to deal with. And it's sort of like, I guess it's a reminder that like there's the tide is always going to ebb and flow. There's always going to be this sort of like high tide feeling, and then the tide has to pull back and it has to recede at some point. And that is so that you protect yourself, you know? It's like, it's a little bit energy of like going super hard in like a Leo way, you know, like really feeling yourself, really feeling your life, really feeling this new stuff that's going on and the sun's shining. And then you stay out a little too long and you get sunburned all over your body and turn into that like red lobster. And then you have to like go inside and just like recover. We're thinking about the things that we've inherited, and like there's such an incredible benefit that you are experiencing from your lineage here in this reading, however that ends up shaking out for you. let it be beneficial. Let it be a blessing. Let it be a joy that you are taking advantage of here, because it's sort of like recognize where you've been blessed, Virgo, and go with that. Lean on that. Let that bring you prosperity and independence, because it looks to me like that there's something in this reading where it's like, okay, you're like, accept that blessing so that you can finally feel like you can support yourself and that you are supported. You can finally feel supported. Something sort of clarifies for you when you are able to zoom out and look at the long term. Like, if I could so far articulate a shapeshift for you, Libra, it's you realizing you're just at the beginning of something and utilizing the innate gifts and talents and abilities that you have to maintain a sense of like even calm and temperance that will help you make the best possible decisions for your future as you begin to shift into longer term thinking. And that shifting into longer term thinking will help anchor you through these difficult times. Because the Ten of Stones, again, is stacking for your legacy and for a legacy even beyond you, shown here by the Hermit Crab, who is very concerned with protection. Like the thing that keeps returning, that like tips you off that this is back, is something where you feel you need to put on the suit and like play the role of the one who can do it all and the one who can do it all by themselves. Like, and maybe you even get a second wind to be like, I can carry all of this and I can carry it all uphill and I can play the sun in the day and the moon at night and I can do every single bit of it. And then the ghosts and the demons, like right underneath the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups, are sort of like Scorpio. Are you playing that? Are you really playing that out again? Are you back to that? You know, because like, are you eating your own tail again? You know? This is a mental shift, like massive mental shift. Out of pain and suffering, and it has to be harder, it has to feel like this, into this total real paradigm shift and realization for you that those structures that created and reinforced ideas of pain can crumble in an instant when you meet the right person, when you find yourself in the right career, the right workplace, when you enter a different way of creating systems. And thought forms, like the way we structure our thoughts, that's a system. And now there is something so healing, so beautiful that is so like, it's like the sun coming out after years, I'm gonna say, Sag, of rain, clouds, dark skies. The sun comes out. There is growth potential here. Life, death cycle, generational change that is creating or accelerating your commitment, because it's something about this catalyst that is unlocking this for you. Like suddenly the access is clear. Maybe like if there was some like thick trees in the way that was like making it difficult for you to fully see the path ahead. So you were kind of like taking that horse nice and slow just to be like, okay, we have to tread carefully here. There's like a thicket. It's not, the path is not clear. something changes, the winds blow in and blow all that detritus out of the way, and the path is a straight shot, and you're just like, oh, let's go, boom, you know, like boom, boom, boom. The doorway is open. You have, maybe suddenly you have more options than you had before. Of course, there can be a sense of like, you know, indecisiveness, or oh no, like suddenly these more paths have opened up. I was focused, you know, I was like singularly focused on that bullseye, and now like I've received this gift, or I've received this information, this piece of the puzzle that has completely unlocked way more options for me than I currently had, and now this other path is showing itself. And so there's a question of focus here, and a question of like, okay, now where do I aim? You know, what is my direction? Which way am I gonna go? But it's exciting, Aquarius, because whatever it is, it's opening up your world in a completely new way. The introduction of this new thing arriving, that is new information in your life. That is new energy in your life. The fox is getting shacked up. You know what I mean, Pisces? Like, is somebody putting a ring on it? That's the vibe. It's like someone that hasn't wanted to be tied down, or hasn't wanted to be committed in that way, or again, like just didn't have access to that level of stability and commitment. Like whatever this is, you're ready to sign on the dotted line. And that might be a really big lifestyle change for you, Pisces, if you are identifying as that like mutable fox energy. Because now you're ready to put a ring on it. You're ready to commit to this. You're ready to say like, I want to pass the seasons with you, or I want to pass the seasons in this place. I'm ready to buy a house. I'm ready to get married. You know, it could be that literal.